What's going on? It's Curtis here. Just wanted to say what's up. Had a very interesting afternoon. I I drive a semi, so I keep my cell phone in the OtterBox, and the clip broke. So I went to the store to buy another clip. Can't just buy the clip, so I needed one kind of ASAP. So I figured, why go ahead and spend 40-50 bucks on a clip whenever it's almost time to upgrade for, a new phone anyways. So me and the wife goes down to Verizon, and we was gonna go in there and get a new phone. So we was gonna just upgrade to like the Galaxy S20 or something. I had that done S9, and they didn't have any in stock. It'd be like 2 days before they could get any. So then the only one that they had available was $1,500. And I was like, well, and then they went to talking about all this stuff. Well, don't worry about it. We'll buy yours back for, $300 or $400, so that's $600-700 for our old phones. So it would have been a great deal. Well, then next thing you know, we're in there and we're doing all this stuff, and we had a bill that was just, like the day before, they had just sent out that it was due, so that was $300. We had to pay that, and then next thing you know, we done paid the $300 bill, and then they was like, well, you got to pay all the fees and all this stuff, and that was another $300. And then I was like, well, you said that you would buy our phones back, so can you figure out exactly how much you'd give us for it? So after we done got this far into it, and they done's like, well, we'll give you between $300 and $400 per phone. I was like, well, that's a great deal. So then they got to type it in her computer and filling all the stuff out and all this stuff, and then she gets back with us and she's like, we can only give you $65 for your phone, and we can give her $85 for her phone. I was like, that's a long ways for $300 or $400. And she was like, yeah, well, we can't do it because there's wear and tear on the phones and all that. And I was like, well, what do you think? Whenever that there's been, 2 years, you have a phone for 2 years before you're eligible for new upgrade. And without having to pay a huge penalty or buy it outright. And, where I'm from, when you work every day and you work for a living, you can't afford to just go and drop, $1,000 for a phone. You gotta wait until you're eligible to do the, payment plan on your bill. And so the way it worked out was, we gave $3,000 for phones. And they're like, and the whole time they're just, oh, it's no big deal. It's no big deal, It's only $59 a month on top of your bill. It's only $59 a month. And and that's how they get you. They get you like that everywhere. I've got friends that, don't have any money because they owe, Rent-A-Center $100 a week for the next million weeks because, they got a flat screen, that's 70 inches or whatever, and they come in there, oh, don't worry about it, it's just so much per week. And at the time, you're all wrapped up in it and you think it's a great deal and you're just happy and excited to be getting something like that, because you couldn't normally afford that, outright. So they get you, and then like 6 weeks into it, you're like, man, by the time I pay for this, I could have bought it outright 4 times, And moral of the story is, I needed a $45 clip, bought $3,000 worth of phones. My phone bill went up $100 a month, so now it's going to be $400 a month for cell phones. And then, and then half the time the dang things don't work when they're supposed to anyways. And they're like, oh, well, don't worry, it's 5G capable. Well, where I live in a small town, you know, there's no 5G. You'd have to drive 50 miles in one direction to get 5G if you was lucky. So, I mean, all I did was got a newer version of what I already had to begin with. And then this is the kicker. This is the funniest part of the whole thing. After we left the store and I spent $3 grand, I still had to leave the store because I bought a Verizon phone and the Verizon store did not have an OtterBox for my phone. So I had to go to Walmart and still buy the $50 case that I started out needing to begin with. So, I mean, I know it's kind of a rant, kind of a PSA, story time, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting. Anybody else got any crazy stuff like that? Please leave a comment, like. I don't know. Y'all have a great day. Peace.